Tonight's story comes from a man who says he's had not one but two terrifying encounters with Sasquatch. The experiences shook him so badly that he refuses to hunt in the woods anymore. He shared these encounters in 2 separate Reddit posts, and tonight I'm going to read them both to you. Whether you believe in Bigfoot or not, these stories are definitely unsettling, so let's get into it. I am posting my 2 encounters with what can only be Sasquatch. I am a Cree First Nations man. This happened when I was about 35 or 36 years old. I've been hunting since I was a child, and I know every animal in my region. This absolutely could not be a misidentification on my part. I've been hunting all my life, and I can identify all animals here. For a mental picture and some reference, you can look at the picture of a Wendigo from World Bigfoot Radio. I don't endorse that YouTube channel, nor have I told any platform other than Reddit. The following 2 encounters, which I experienced in 2 subsequent years in the same exact location as it follows. So this is encounter number 1. I was out solo hunting for moose in the fall. I parked my truck at a gravel pit and walked 1.5 to 2 kilometers to a nearby lake at approximately 2 to 3 p.m. On my way to the lake, I came across a very large pile of trees that was blocking the path. Looking back and reflecting, this should have been a very clear warning. Something was amiss, but please remember, I did not believe in Sasquatch at this time. By this time, I had spotted a bull moose in the lake, and that's what I was focused on. I noticed the bull was eating plants from the bottom of the lake. I can't recall the name of the plant the moose eat off the bottom of the lake, but I know it visually, and it's supposed to be super nutritious for them. I was able to see the moose clearly as the game trail goes down from the pit to the lake below. Anyways, I slinged my .30 semi-auto rifle over my shoulder and began crawling over the fallen trees. The pile of green fresh trees was very sappy and was piled about 10 feet high. I didn't go around because the sides were really thick underbrush and I would have gotten tangled in it. So I climbed over it at the apex of the pile. I noticed a square hole about 1 to 1.5 feet wide. I thought, that's weird, and went over to it and looked down in the hole. Now I'm looking down and I see a head. I think, WTF. I look closer and then I clearly see a grayish black face staring at me. There it is. Its lip curled up and it's showing me these yellow stained teeth, much like a shark. I'm thinking, that can't be real. No way this is real. I close my eyes a second and give my head a shake and look up again. This thing is still there, almost grinning. Well, that scared the absolute crap out of me. I stand up, unsling my rifle, and throw it to the bottom of the pile. I take a few steps and jump down beside the rifle. Then I hear it, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. The tree pile begins to move. I picked up my gun, a gift from our chief on my birthday, and run for my truck. All the way up the hill, I hear this thing matching my steps, step for step. While this is happening, I hear many strange vocals and trees being snapped. I was too scared to look back. I kid you not, off in the distance behind me and this thing, I hear even more trees being broken. I finally get to my truck, hop in, and drive home pretty much on autopilot in record time, all the while watching my side and rearview mirrors. To be clear, I did not see its body. That did not happen until encounter number 2, the following year. Man, oh man, let me tell you, the second time in the same spot was even scarier. I went back the following year thinking, no way do I see the same twice, especially in the same area. As luck or fate, I would have it, yes, you guessed it, I saw it again face to face in broad daylight on a game trail. I will have to put the second, better encounter down on a separate post as I've got to get to work, but the second time I've got a full view of its head and body, so to be continued. Okay, so here's the second encounter with what I believe to be a juvenile Sasquatch. Again, I am a First Nations man, 36 or 37 years old at the time. I hunted all my life since I was a child. I never handled guns when I was that young. My family always took me out with them. I started going out on my own at about 14 to 15 years old. Now on to the encounter. Same as before, I parked my truck at the gravel pit and started walking the game trail to the lake. That is 1.5 to 2 kilometers away from the pit. Remember that I've had an encounter in this exact spot a year prior. By this time, a year has passed and I've convinced myself that what I saw couldn't have possibly been real. I started out and came to the spot where I saw the grinning snake. When I get to the spot, the big pile of trees is gone, just gone, with no signs of any leftover trees from the year before. I look around the area for signs of felled trees and there is nothing. So strange. I shrug it off thinking there has to be a logical explanation. Anyway, I start hiking again and hear a moose off at the distance. I get my rifle out and go around a bend on the trail, and as luck would have it, the young bull is within shooting distance. I load my rifle, take a knee, and start breathing slowly for a good shot. I take aim and snap. A tree is broken directly behind me. Immediately, I go into defense mode. I whirl around pointing my gun, expected to see another moose or maybe a bear. But what I see standing there is no bear or moose. It's this god-awful, hideous humanoid. It's staring at my gun. Its eyes are darting back and forth from my gun to my eyes. Those eyes, so nightmarish and huge, black eyes, no white. This thing, upon seeing it, the very first thing that popped into my head was, oh my gosh, it's a demon? I'm effing dead. I looked at its blackish gray face, and it's got these super deep wrinkles in its forehead. What I immediately noticed is the placement of its eyes. One is lower on its face than the other eye, about an inch out of place, like almost on top of its cheekbone. The head is not sloped or domed, it's like ours, only larger. Its upper lip curled up, revealing those damned shark teeth I saw with the last one. Yellow stained teeth like triangles. Some are chipped and broken, not many, but it is noticeable. So there it is, standing about 4 to 5 feet away from me. This thing is giving off a death vibe. 100% predator. I start weighing my options on a shot placement. I look at the rest of its body and it's covered in long, wispy hair, maybe 4 to 6 inches long. It's obviously hair and not fur, as it is clearly blowing with the wind. This creature isn't much taller than I am. I stand at 6 foot tall. Now the muscles on this thing, nothing short of a bodybuilder on roids. It would probably put a bodybuilder to shame. I think if it comes to it, I'll have to aim for the eye. That's the other weird thing. This thing, it approached from downwind. To me, that is intelligent. Upon looking at the body, I noticed that it has patches of missing hair on its chest. Now for the skeptics out there, this absolutely could not have been a misidentification on my part. I've seen bears with mange over my lifetime of hunting. 100% not a bear. I say that because this damn thing has hands. Yes, hands with an opposable thumb. I clearly saw its hand. hand because it put up its outstretched hand like a human would to indicate stop or don't shoot. On its other hand, which is at its side, is where I see long black cracked fingernails. These look just like human fingernails, only sharper and longer. Underneath the missing hair is a gray skin that looks like something rubbed it off after repeating a task many times. I look down at its feet, and yes, it has feet, not paws. By this time, I've started talking Cree language to it. I'm telling it, look, I know you can hurt me, and I can hurt you. That is not what I want. I've caught you trying to sneak up on me. I only want to leave. It never answered me. Rather, it leaned back with its long arm and caught itself. Both feet were planted, and the other arm was supporting its weight on the ground, all the while holding its outstretched hand in the stop or don't shoot motion. Upon seeing this, I started to slowly lower my rifle. When I lowered my rifle, it too uncurled its lip. In conjunction with me lowering the gun, I thought, this is my chance. I want to leave peacefully with none of us getting hurt. At this point, I noticed it is clearly looking past me, behind me. So I moved very slowly and leaned the 30 semi-auto up against a small tree. I closed my eyes and turned around, putting myself at this thing's mercy. I count to 5 in my head. All I hear at this point in time is this thing taking off, breaking small trees and stuff, and so very fast, I get the fuck out of there. I used to be a solo hunter and trekked for kilometers at a time. I even hunted at night, as I'm on a reserve for First Nations. Hunting was my greatest passion, but after all this, I cannot hunt anymore, especially at night. I will still go out in the daytime, but now all I think about are these 2 encounters. It's taken the joy of hunting away, knowing these things are out there and I have to keep my head on a swivel. I refuse to go back to that area. I mean, 3 strikes and you're out, you know? This has changed my worldview fundamentally. What else is out there? I would be willing to undergo hypnosis, take a lie detector test, anything. Why? To advance our understanding and knowledge of these things? I put these stories out for educational purposes and to provide more. These things are out there and they don't look friendly. Interestingly enough, my reservation is directly adjacent to a provincial park. Coincidence or not, I don't know.